Hello, welcome to another stream where, man, sixth episode of this. I gotta get back to Skyrim in a bit, but man, this game's just so great. Alright, so, we've already killed the Elder. Here's what I was actually thinking I was going to do today. I was going to get on the boat and actually bring it over here. There's a swamp here, but I am under the impression that this swamp contains no crypts. It's too small. I haven't seen them. Based on... hi, Sparky. Based on my experience, swamps either have crypts in abundance or they got none. So I'm going to assume this one's a dud, and I'm not going looking to try and see if it's not. Instead, and even if I did get iron from this swamp, I'd have to bring it all the way around to get it to my smelter. So, the only reason I was over here was to get to the Elder. I'm going to bring my boat either down to the south around here, see what there is here. In fact, that's probably what I'm going to do. Or bring it up and around. Because I want the boat back here, and I'm going to explore over here. Second reason why is because I don't want to stray too far from here. It's still probably going to take me some time to find another swamp. But that's kind of good. Because I need to be out on the water to get more serpent meat. Because I'm going to need a lot of that. Also, how you doing, Sparky? Just explaining the general idea of what I was going to do. Oh, prepare my stuff, first of all. I'm gonna go get some more wood, because I have these arrows, but as I said, I need to go hunting serpents, and serpents are not, in fact, I think they're completely resistant to fire, so I'll have to use the fire arrows for some other purpose. Still probably keep them around, because they don't weigh that much. They weigh some, but not all that much. Oh. Man, I just looked like an idiot there. Even more than normal. So, I think I want to get at least 100 wooden arrows going. Which shouldn't take too long, I don't think, but I don't know. Chop down this one too. It is just good to be in the Iron Age now. The bronze grind is not really all that fun. This is enough for 80 arrows. So I think I'll do that. I think I also need to make sure I have more food, and I definitely need to put some... There's a meat base I have somewhere around here for frost resistance. Yes. I'm gonna cook up some... meat and necktails as I do this. Simply because I'm gonna get more meat, and I don't want to run through my supply of sausages and turnips, or carrots too, just yet. especially if I'm going to be sort of en route. I don't need anything of that sort. It's like too high quality for me at that point. Nothing needs repaired. I find that hard to believe. Didn't I just shoot this thing? Speaking of which, let's deplete one more arrow. What can I shoot over in here? Well, first, there's certainly some stuff I can get rid of as well. Drop this in here. Grab 8 more to get a clean stack. I'll use the fire arrows on things that aren't serpents. Might save them from... Yeah, I'll save the 200 for motor. I'd like to be using poison arrows instead, but, I mean... Poison arrows is expensive. You know what? I'll grab this. Just in case. And I might build... I forgot. I have stuff to get in my, boat. The circling cores and yeah. So I'll run over there and grab those as soon as all this is done cooking. So I need to grab what I have over in there. The question is, do I do it now? Or actually, I'm taking that boat with me. You know what? I'm just gonna grab enough fine wood to make a portal. Put it right here. I can always move the portals later, but I am assuming that I'm going to make some kind of forward camp. So, you know what? I'm just gonna make a portal over here. Call that a day, and then head off. Seems like a good idea. Bonk. Because I would like to start with the exploring, you know? I think I'll go this way. Because I also might... I probably won't start running into swamps down here. But I do want to see, you know... What if this part's really easily navigable, you know? That's useful information to have, and I'm willing to take the risk to get it. Portal. How much that's going to cost? 20. No, I'll knock another one down. You know, I think the most noticeable difference between the no-death playthrough and my standard playthrough is the run and jump and all that sort of skills that just happen as you're playing the game are extremely high right now. At 15. There's no way I don't have 5 fine wood somewhere around here. Man, 15. 2 duds. Must have been 2 and 3. Or 1 and 4. I don't even know if they can spawn one. But either that or I just didn't mine it properly, which is also a possibility, knowing me. Also, the one time I actually need Grey Dwarf Eyes. Oof. Only 3. Nah, if there's core wood here, I'd be willing to bet I've misplaced it somewhere else as well. Nothing so far. Maybe over here? Nope, I really just need to get more of that stuff. Alright. I'll go over here then. Why has everything gotta cost fine wood, I swear? Ditch this. I don't need dandelions. Nicktails on the other hand. That's prime. Hello! You see, there's the problem with the clubs. The high knockback on them means everything just goes flying all over the place. Hard to loot monsters that way. You know what? If I'm going to be going to some place that may or may not have fine wood, I'm going to grab 20 more. Because I'm going to be under the assumption I might not be able to go to a meadows and grab some. And I'm certainly not learning in a plains to do so either. That would be a very poor decision. So 29... Plus, I'm getting skill ups in woodcutting, which is... I mean, that's kind of nice, I guess. Ditch those. Taking up room. No. Get back here. Tier 3, please drop 7, I guess, maybe? Hopefully. It did not. But the next tree will give me enough. See, I want to grab 20 in the event, which I probably will actually build a portal. That'll be advantageous for that. I won't have to spend any time. In fact, I'll bring the Grey Dwarf Eyes with me too. Why not? I'll just have to remember not to toss them like I normally do. I need to drop 2 of these. And 1 more because it was stupid. Alright. So I'll build a portal and I'll name it... Oh hey, Joe Mama! He's back! It's going good! I decided I want to stream again because, man, I am addicted to this game. We're gonna head to a different swamp this time, because this one 100% has no crypts in it. And even if it does, I'm not going looking for them. They tend to either have a lot or none at all. And since I can't see any there, I'm going to assume it has none. Really? 2 Surtling cores tipped me over? Oh, I guess they do weigh quite a bit. That does make sense. And I'll put this right in here. Yeah, thanks. You know what? I'm going to name this portal after you. It's a good name. I am indeed. I'm just going to try and remember. And in fact, I'm going to actually take a picture of this so I remember the portal tag so I don't have to come back here and try and remember. Especially caps and everything. It'll probably get renamed at some point, but it just has to be set to something, I think. Or maybe not. Either way, you deserve it, man. Now, off to that darn boat. I'll put some in there. Thank you. That's a lot of resin. Just yeet this. Drop some more things off, and then we're on a boat trip. Gonna see where this goes. Hopefully it's an easier trip than Lobster over here. Or maybe there's like a navigable river that goes between the two. Often there is. Sometimes there isn't. It sucks, but sometimes there is, but it goes through a plains biome, and you don't realize it until it's too late. Been there, done that. Alright. See you soon, man. Go do your work. Be good. I believe in you. Oh, I gotta sleep first. Sound of progress. I love that it actually continues, and it makes that sound. Music to my ears. And I'll be done by the time I get back. I mean, obviously. I have so much coal. And the worst part, I need all of it. Coal costs are so insane in this game. I mean, kind of realistic. Do you know how much coal it takes, well, charcoal, to make like a kilogram of steel? Kilogram, pound? It's like tons per pound or something like that. So it's realistic, like almost everything in this game. Not sure that was the one realistic aspect to keep. Of course, it depends on the method you're using to actually make the charcoal and all that stuff, and make the iron. What wood you were? It's variable. Like, you know, you might be using a really high quality dense wood, and it'll have a really high be really dense and burn really hot and all that stuff. You don't have to use as much of it, hardwoods and stuff like that. But not a precise science. Also, I really hope that's not going to be a problem. That I forgot to repair my... I mean, the idea is that I'm bringing the boat back here, so it's fine. It would be different if I was actually heading out to a waypoint. And actually, I can build a portal anytime I want, so I can always just go back and fix it if I needed to. I am taking the long road primarily because I want to see if there's any more bees and explore new areas. Get more things explored. More complete maps make me happy. Blotchy bits do not. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I dislike how boars behave in this game. Boars should not chase you as intensely as they do. They are an animal, not a mindless thing that's just trying to attack you and will follow you even if you're walking away. That's just not realistic. And I wish games would stop using animals in that way. So yeah, we have valuables and certain cores. I'm going to loop out as per usual. I want to fight serpents to begin with, and exploring more stuff is also always nice. Always ideal. Plus, I'm looking for little islands. Not like this one, obviously, because there's nothing, it's not in a strategic location. There's nothing here that I need. Maybe if I was focused on copper, then I would, but I'm looking for something that's more along the lines of in the meadows, but over around here somewhere. In that I could really go for... Put it this way. When I play survival games, no death style, I guess we can call it that, the idea is to limit dangerous encounters as much as you can. You can if obviously you're going to be putting yourselves in danger, you're putting yourself in dangerous situations, but in addition to not only trying to limit the danger in each situation, you're trying to limit the danger that you actually, the amount of situations that you put yourself in that are dangerous. You know what? I'm going to slow this puppy down because I can fight this serpent all day. What's it going to do? Bite my ship? Okay, it bites my ship. What's it going to do? Can't fully break my ship. Boat. Serpent dead. He scratched Boat. Nah, it's fine. But yeah, once I get over here and once I get close to a swamp, I'm looking for islands like this that I can turn into a base. Because I like to limit the amount of. I, I like to limit dangerous situations to specific, like, it's an event. Like, I go out and that's the dangerous, and I know that's the. How do I explain this? I want every dangerous situation I put myself in to be very clearly what I intended to do for that day, you know? I don't want to, like, have brutes outside my door and have to fight them. I want to go, not have that as a risk. And you can make that less of a risk if you live on an island that you control every inch of. Same for, especially in Minecraft Hardcore. I'm a hardcore survival islander in Minecraft Hardcore because you can just control. You're not going to have a creeper sneak up on you if you have every inch of that space controlled. Obviously, you're still going to put yourself in danger several times during the playthrough. You have to. It's a game, and you know, sits in corner for 30 hours and does nothing and lives isn't, a challenge. But limiting unnecessary risk, I suppose you could say, is the main goal. And that's why I'm going to be looking for islands, whether they be black forest or meadows, to set up on near a swamp and live there. That is a mountain. Look at that Chad of a mountain. I already have it marked, but that is just picturesque. Look at that thing. It's settled. I'm gonna go over to that mountain. Let me just explore, get rid of this little blotchy bit right here. There we go. Now let's go over to this mountain. Looking fine. I'm building a house on that mountain. Somewhere, somehow, I'm building a house on that mountain. Although, it might not actually be tall. Some of them can look taller than they actually are. We did get more serpent meat, so that's nice. Oh, yeah. I'll just go for the meats right now. Might be able to get more bees here. In fact, I'll mark it. I'm not really going for that right now, but like... if I need them, You see, this is the kind of island I'm looking for. This isn't quite close enough to a swamp. I know that because it's not far enough away from center circle. But yeah, that mountain definitely looks big enough to have like obsidian and silver on it. Which this mountain is almost certainly not. Oof. There is one thing that'll disqualify a tiny island, though. Ooh, nice 2-star deer. But yeah, one thing that'll disqualify a tiny island, you can't remove those stones. So if it has one of those, it's a dud. It's a dud. I do foresee this being possibly the easier way around. Doesn't look like it extends much past this point, but I don't know. I might be wrong about that. Interesting. I don't actually know how deep these seas go. They might be deceptively shallow or just like completely untextured at the bottom. Or I would assume it's, just a similar sandy texture all the way around, but I guess, Yeah, I don't know how deep this can go. There's really no use for that knowledge at the moment, but underwater update would be cool. If a bit. Actually, no. More stuff on the surface of the ocean, more stuff trying to kill you in its depths. That would be cool. But, yeah, I don't think Viking divers would be thematically bankrupt. I don't think you could build on those rocks. You might be able to. But I don't know. Also, they did a new terrain generation system that should reduce lag. I just saw that update. I've never built big enough for lag to be a problem, but I have heard about it, and I have thought about it to the point where it's like, oh, well, let's keep plans a little small, just in case I, find the lag unplayable. That's not fun, you build a nice home, and then you go there, and you're just miserable every time you're there because it's lagging so bad. Also, this is why I love the Carve. Longship, longboat, longship, which is it? Longship. You could not go through this in a longship. Carves are very good at navigating tight spaces like this. It does look like, unless this is some kind of nasty peninsula, it's going to be easier to navigate this. Yeah, I went the wrong way around. Although, does it really matter if Elder is the objective? I'd say it's pretty equidistant either way round. pretty soon we're going to be having to go against the wind, so... yeah. Start turning into it. And I do definitely have to watch the shoreline just in case some troll decides that I'm dinner. So here's the main island. That's interesting. I think there's more over here. This is some kind of bay. I'm gonna try either up in here or maybe up in here. I think I'll get more results up in here. That's starting to get far enough away. Oh, wind. Yeah, I'll try to go north for my iron. Plus, I mean, if you think about it, whatever direction your main base is from the center circle, the better it is going to be to go with that direction. It's most likely going to give you a shorter distance to a swamp. Most likely. Is this doing a weird thing for you guys too? Like hexes, or not hexes, squares moving diagonally down? That did look weird. Hmm. Oh, I see little choice but to go against the wind here. There's just no angle that's going to, Obviously, I mean, you take a different route within reason, because if you're hauling iron, especially at the end of the day, you might want to just take the most direct route back. And it's nighttime. I see the dock. That's nice. Let's see how good of a park job I can pull off. I do not have high hopes. Oh, this would be nice to skip. Nice rough storm. Oh, I just hope I can park this. moving in the camera a little closer, that's too close, but a little closer is going to help me figure out how much I need to turn. It isn't perfectly straight, but that's probably as good a park job as I can possibly do. Let me bring these out of here. Put this in as well. Buff out those scratches. And take a nap. Hey, quit hurting my bees. Quit that. He broke my bees. Rude. Did I lose honey for that? I think I probably lost honey for that. Rude. Honey's more important. And there's a shaman that's decided that poisoning benches is the way to go, I guess. Yeah, let's head to sleep. This place just... ugh. See, this is why I want to have the island base. So I don't have to deal with this crap. Oh yeah, wet. Right. That's done. That's nice. Let me grab some honey. Let's not burn the serpent. And some... Oh, also we don't need these anymore. That's nice. Just pitch these in the ocean. So then it'll be 5 and 5. That's nice. Nice and even. You know what I bet? I bet that seed turnips are ready. They are not. In fact, the Greyling broke 2 of them. Or I broke 2 of them. You see, this is why we can't have nice things. Should I build a fence around this? I probably should. At some point. So let's make sure we don't overcook the serpent meat, for Christ's sake. In fact, I'm going to stay until that seed turnip is ready, because I do not want to run out of... I'm going to actually make a fence around this. Leave my turnips alone! Darn rascals. Just to keep the annoying Great Dwarves out. I don't think they attack it, it's just like they might have attacked it for some reason. I don't think they intentionally try to attack them. They might, though. I don't know why they would, but I don't know, they might. Great Dwarves are notoriously stupid. As am I for just... Yep. I think that needs no explanation. Yeah, I'm not really trying to make this look pretty or really line up at all. I'm just trying to, after... I don't want to lose, like, even more of a crop. I'm glad that I didn't lose all of them, to be honest. Someone's using the blender downstairs. I don't know if you can hear that. You probably can. Man, that thing is loud. Vitamix. Actually, they don't need my brand recognition, but I mean, there's plenty of blenders out there these days that are just jet engine level power. Pretty cool, not gonna lie. Put these over in here. Not messing up like that. All right. Now, I'm ready to do swamps. I'm ready to do... I'm going to grab 4 more Suzigs. Because I can, you know. I'm not going to grab the frost resist potions because I want to have, First order of business is to get the... enough iron for a long ship, a pickaxe, and what was the other thing? Long ship, pickaxe, and stoneworks cutter, whatever thing. I kind of want to wait for the turnip, but at the same time, I think it ought to be fine. Perhaps that is a sign that I should wait for the turnip. Perhaps. Plus, I'll probably find plenty of turnip seeds. And I'll grab those, but I do want to make sure that... where do I put this? Turnip stew is really nice, even though I'm probably not going to use it for bosses. And sausage, serpent meat, and serpent stew combo is better. Did I say sauces or bosses? I think I meant bosses, but like serpent plus sausage is the serpent combo plus the sausage is better than turnip stew. But I'd love to have turnip stew for like the exploration. It's a good food that I could use to replace cooked meat, necktails. I'd also like to get more bees so I can justify using honey as a snack. Because it's, the +5 health regen and the extra stamina that it gives is actually quite nice. I'm going to go this way. Actually, I'm gonna go this way instead, because the wind said, haha, no. I'm gonna go this way, wind. No, you ain't. At some point, I'm going to do runs of this Black Forest, and similarly here and such. Probably just north if here, runs for thistle and stuff like that. Mostly just thistle and mushrooms. And I'm actually going to mark them this time, because now I actually need a lot of thistle. Whereas before it was mostly like, here's... I'm getting it for when I need it. And time when I need it is now, and what I have acquired is not sufficient for all eternity, as one would expect it not to be. Did I see a swamp up here? I might have. There's a good chance there is one, even though I wasn't looking, because this and this are at the least equidistant. Past that Leviathan, there's likely to be one. And if I just take if I avoid this bay, because the reason I went through here was I was looking for some kind of like through passage, some kind of river. There often is. The one did not exist. So I could just avoid this bay, and if the wind was different, I probably could have gone up that way. I still do have the... Oh yeah, I put them in the thing. I was about to say, I do have the materials for a portal, right? I I don't think I'm quite far enough away for swamps to start spawning just yet. Unfortunately, I'm consistently against the wind a bit here. I could start cutting it over here. You know, north or west, I guess at this point would equally work. You guys can also probably hear the, you guys can probably hear more than I hear with the headset on. I just realized you guys can hear the, frogs probably outside. The little spring peepers. That's what you get when you live in the forest. You hear, like, a lot of spring peepers. Now we're starting to get into swamp territory. I just don't want to overshoot and go into plains territory, you know? I'll have to see. Because I'm not sure. This is a big ocean. Not as big as I've seen, but like, geez. Figured I'd be able to at least see land by now. Oh, that might be land there. Yeah, that's land. Of some sort. But if it's hilly like that, it has to be either black forest. Like, it cannot be swamp if that's the, what it is looking like. There's a swamp. I will label this as swamp. I cannot go that way in good conscience at the moment because, one, I do not see anything adjacent that I could land on. I do not want to land directly in a swamp. That's a terrible idea. And similarly, it's directly against the wind, which you don't want to be going near a swamp. Because what if, like, a sea serpent attacks? All that fun stuff. I want to be able to make a really hard left turn and avoid that. Man, this wind is just constant. Can it just leave? Hold on, I'm gonna read the sails. That was a dangerous level of tilt there. List? I don't know if it counts as list if it's, you know, bobbing in the waves. I know list is when it's the ship is sideways a little bit. Not perfectly perpendicular to the water. Talk about an ocean, though. Oh, here we have some kind of landmass. I do need to be careful now. In fact, I'm going to be very, very cautious. Because we're getting into plains territory now. In fact, I'm slowing her down. If it were clear skies, maybe not. What did I say? Alright. I need to make a hard turn to starboard. See, I didn't see that. If I was barreling down, I would have missed it. And I might be a dead boy. That was a good call. I'm proud of myself for that one. I'm legitimately proud of myself for that call. What this also means is that I need to be super careful around this swamp here. Because these could be connected, and at any moment I could, like, pop into a plains. Like, I'm over here hunting crypts. See, like, my insertion point was right here. I was hunting crypts, and I went over here. Plains biome. Desquito mob. Dead. I do not have the archery skills to survive that type of error. And if I do, I hope they arrive at that moment. So again, not really seeing where I can sort of slide in over here just yet. This looks to be somewhat of a swamp island, which, rather lethal, those. I also don't see any crypts, which you would see from this distance, even in this garbage light. I honestly prefer the plains to the swamp, at least non-provisioned. Because with the plains biome, all I have to do is sneak, be in the middle of the day, and, like, look. Like, okay, scan the horizon, there's a fooling there, there's some Desquitos over here. I shoot the Desquito, even if I miss, it beelines straight for me, and it's pretty easy to hit something coming at you in a straight line. Unless the bow decides that you die that day, in which case, that's a thing. I'm going to move this way because I want to catch the wind, but I don't want to catch the wind in a way that's going to force me into that swamp island. You know? Wind's kind of slow right now as it is. It's not like the difference is going to be that substantial. You know, you'd probably see crypts tend to glow quite a bit with the green flames around them. And I figure if I can see the Guk glowing and I don't see any crypts, it's a good sign they aren't there. Might be a little further inland, but anyway, there's no insertion point, so what's it matter? Even if they are there, they're not really that attainable at the moment. I suppose if at some point I'd go, okay, Wind, you can just... It was good for like 5 minutes and then just decided it didn't want to play. Now I could probably head due north. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I still have to be careful. This isn't the only plains biome that there is. And we are... Hold on. And we've got still some time to go before... You run the serious risk of running into one of those, but... I'm not keen to chance it. Plus, anytime I'm going to just on the open ocean where I don't know if I'm going to run into a plains, I do have to keep my health up reasonably high. Because I could just not be paying attention. Some Death Skeeter decides that hippity hoppity, this boat is now my property, and I've got to fight it off. And I need to be able to tank at least one hit, because I might not make the wisest decision with regards to... Speaking of wise decisions, I'm not fighting this guy. Right, you know what? I'm going to turn this away, which is away from the swamp, and start shooting. Because he's biting my boat, and I don't like him biting my boat. At the very least, I'll fight him to make him leave. Go away. Bad. Bad serpent. Bad lizard. Oof. Yeah, he nicked it. Nicked it good. Is that a lizard? Does that count? Is that a fish or a lizard? You may ask, does it matter? It matters to me. Oh, I can... Derp. I don't need to be paddling. Need to slow the ship down, though. No! Alright, turn the ship around. Come on. I'm not leaving serpent meat. Too valuable to me. This definitely does mean I do want to land at some point. If just to repair my ship. Give me the meat. Thank you. Ooh, that's a cool screenshot. It is weird with the branches, sort of, I guess... They don't look well... They don't look lit properly with the moon there. Because if I'm going into swamps, I should be able to get enough entrails to replenish that. This is an ocean. That's a big body of water right here. And it just keeps going. Looks like there's a landmass over here, and hopefully, yeah, by the time I get over there, it'll be clear skies. I should be able to see plains. So I'm gonna start going this way. I'd love to be going over that way, but that's not gonna happen. Not with how the wind's been. The wind today has said, you can all go north. North is dumb. Especially northeast. Northeast is stupid. Yep, I'm turning. I know what that is. Mosquitoes never come this far out, though. I don't think. That might be meadows. On second thought, that might be meadows. That is meadows, I think. That is. But it's meadows near a plains biome. So it'd have to be a pretty big meadows for me to even consider going over there. Apparently I'm in a black forest. This is just going to lead me over into scary biomes, so I am going to head northeast now that the wind's going to let me. Because this area seems like a bit of a risky endeavor. I'm going to go more north. Up here. That definitely is a meadows. That is definitely a meadows. So when I need to go into plains, if I don't already have like a good spot for it, that's where I'll go. This is just a giant ocean right here. There could be an entire island right here, and I would be none the wiser. Unless I go over there. And at some point I will, I'm sure. I don't want to even look at a plains until I have at least iron armor. Because, yes, I would be able to survive one hit from a Death Skeeto without any stars on it right now. I have 39 defense. They do 90 damage. So they would do 51 damage to me, so I could survive 2 hits. I don't like those odds. I'd love to have it at where it's at least, you know, 50 defense would be nice. 50. I'd quite enjoy that. That looks like a island right there. I'm hoping meadows into swamp. Look kind of plainsy to me. But it could also be meadows. They do look similar from a distance. Ah, the ship's green. Definitely need to take some decent care of the thing. I don't like this haze. No, I don't like this one bit. You seem to be closing in on the island. This morning haze is just blinding me right now. Absolutely gorgeous, but like, please no, stop. Like, I literally can't see. And I don't want to run into a plains biome, so I'm gonna... I might have even missed the island. Nah, I am not that far off course. I will say, though, can the sun cease? I literally... And this fog, like, I literally cannot see anything. There could be a swamp right over there. I wouldn't be none the wiser. Because I cannot see. I mean, yeah, there's a continent right there. I can barely make it out. does get shallower over here, and it does appear to be some kind of black forest, so... yeah, I'll follow it over there. Oh, meadows biome. Hello. See, the fog cleared right then. I couldn't see anything prior to that. Nothing. It's a whole meadows biome right here, and I was none the wiser. Couldn't see it. I'm just thankful it's a meadows. And not you know what. This is good, obviously. But what I need is for there to be a swamp on this island right here. And I'm also going to be on the lookout, assuming that there is, for some kind of small island to set up shop on. I might even start moving stuff like the smelters and coal and kiln over, because I want this to be my more permanent base. The island one. Apparently this is a plains biome, which, I mean, I know it doesn't mean much when it's in the water, but it scares the living crap out of me. I do not like it one bit. Even though I know it doesn't really mean anything if it's underwater. You don't exactly see gray dwarfs swimming, so why would you see a mosquito just flying out in the middle of the water? But, like, I don't like this. I do not like it one bit. Not at all. I don't like it at all. It still might transition into plains right at the shore there, so... ooh, yeah. I'd be careful of that. Definitely gotta make sure those are birds, right? I definitely gotta keep my distance here. This does look like meadows, but I don't know. Yep, nope, nuh-uh. Yeah, boy out. We'll try this side of the island. Oh. I can cut it a little closer, just enough to catch the wind. Because we're away from the plains now. Man, dodging plains biomes is just so stressful. Just give me a swamp, please. Just one swamp. That's all I need. Although I don't want to cut it too close, because I have to remember that this is still technically an underwater plains biome, so I'm gonna want to stay away from the shore just in case it transitions into plains and some death skeeters are going to say hello to me. So I'm gonna actually go this way. This is a lot of exploration for not that many swamps. I was expecting to find way more by now. I mean, it is no guarantee I'm going to find a swamp. You know, there are certainly some on the map, but it's like, you know, how many of them are close by, how many of them have crypts, how many of them are on continents where you can easily land as opposed to having to land somewhere in a more dangerous spot. Also, I would land in the meadows, but knowing plains can be here, I don't really want to do that. As it is, I'm uneasy to find death skeeters on a boat. I do not want to not realize I'm close to the edge of one and find it. You know, I might not even know I'm near a plains biome and the death skeeters just wander in. At least if I'm on the coast, I have a little bit of warning. You can probably see it from a distance. Alright, no longer in plains biome. Woohoo! Tiniest black forest I've ever seen. Just a little sliver of it. Alright, let's get past this and then let's see what we can see in terms of the other side of the island. Looks to be more of a mountainous terrain. I'm expecting something like a black forest. Something to that effect. And so far, no little islands to, And great, the wind... Oh, wait, no, I just changed my direction. I had to go over here. Man, I'm just having no luck today trying to find these things. Ah. Man, talk about a bit of a dud for a map. At least so far. It has really cool mountains, but had to leg it for the Elder. And so far, no good swamps. Just a bunch of plains biomes that are threatening my existence. And scaring the daylights out of me. Oh, thank you. I was about to say I'm probably gonna have to slow her down, but thankfully the wind changed. Now it's right, like, literally at my back. Finally, some good news. Nice change of pace. Yeah, I'm definitely going to want to move my smelting to a new base. Because, I mean, there's just nothing close. I'm going to have to make something even if it's temporary. And actually, speaking of temporary, I'm going to take a second and park my boat right over here. Because I don't want to be trying to find a swamp at night. And also, I need to repair my boat. At least I want to make sure that it's repaired. We look for a good spot to sort of set her in. Any meadows nearby? Actually, yeah, I'll wait for a meadows. We're not that broken. I should have repaired it right over here. But alas, no. Any serpents I come across, I'm going to need to run from, because I do not want to risk my ship. I'm going to try and find like a tiny island to sort of... Oh, that looks like one. Because even if there is like some grey dwarfs there, I can fight them off. That's more of a peninsula. Yeah, I'll look for something else. Nah, I'll head over right here. Hopefully I can even sleep the night. That'd be nice. Not enough wood. Are you kidding me? 9? There's a... How the heck do you see me all the way over there? I think that was the brute that was seeing me. Somehow. Yeah, I'm cold and wet. So I'm miserable. And the bow keeps missing. Man. Actually, what am I kidding? You know what I can do? Grab this, make the workbench, sleep in my own bed tonight. Huh. Life hacked. And I can also replenish some stuff. Check on the turnip. Go to sleep so I don't have to be bothered by that brute. Leave me alone. Cretins, there are enemies nearby. Of course there are. I hope there aren't any more. There are not. Much better. I did have a big braid play there for a second. Day 41. I'm not as well provisioned right now, actually. Not as much as I'd like. I think I'm probably just going to have to sort of deal with that. Maybe cook the last 2 necktails. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And then... yeah, just necktails and the sausages, I guess. I'll grab 4 more, because I foresee getting more of those. Show me the honey! Please don't burn those necktails. Please don't burn, please don't burn, please don't burn. Thank you. Oh, no. Now I have to wait for those to cook. Derp. I have made an error. Actually, you know what? Well, what's going on? I'm going to take a slight intermission. Alright, I return. Carrying a lot, but yeah. Oh, wait, I can't do that just yet. I gotta... Big brain plays. Alright, let's make sure everything's in order. Circling cores, all that's good. All is well. Now that I think about it, I could have been doing that all along. Well, not on the very long ocean trips, but like... something similar. Toss that right now. Let me make sure I clear this stone before I put the sail back up to full. There's a meadows here. Meadows into swamp! Woohoo! This is what I wanted. No, don't break the boat. Ooh, that was a close dodge. That was just hair-raisingly close. Unfortunately, I don't have a I have what I guess is an insertion point in here, but I don't quite have an island that I would like. But it's not even necessarily that I want to be in here right now. Hey! Stop your existence. Cease your living. Or unliving, I guess. Because, yeah. First, I want to look at the swamp and make sure it looks like it's got crypts in it. And second, I want to find a nice island to set up shop. Preferably a little further. That might even be the island I live on if there's nothing else. Some just died. Oh yeah, more of the skeletons bothering individuals. You see, this would be nice, but it's a little too close to the swamp. This strikes me as, one, not being far enough away from the land, and two, it's also a little too big. And also, it's probably going to, you know, result in a lot of blobs and oozers and leeches saying hello. I just want to go do like a sort of cursory loop around right over here. I don't currently see any crypts. I like to be able to at least confirm the existence of one crypt in a swamp from the ocean before attempting to land in it and see if, find a path to the crypt and see if there are any more. Yeah, I ain't seeing it right now. Go along here then. Jesus. It's terrifying. Honestly, at this point, I've spent so much time exploring. One, I want confirmed crypts, and two, I might as well, explore to find a nice permanent base. The ocean is angry right now. I kind of repaired my ship. My luck so far has just been bad. And here's the thing: I don't want to go into a swamp like this to try and find a crypt. Because even if I find one, crypts can be duds. I want to find a good swamp before I put down roots. This luck is actually starting to get on my nerves, not gonna lie. It's fine, I know. It is what it is. But, geez, can I just get, a... Not only have I not found any swamps, I'm gonna be back where I was. this point, it's not that big of a deal since I'm thinking of actually moving my stuff over, but it is going to be a hassle and a half to transport the materials for the forts. Or I might just get them locally and just leave that fort there. Might actually be more time efficient to keep the bronze and tin. I mean, it's what it is. What is it? It's like 16 copper, 2 bronze. Yeah, I can get that pretty easily. It'll be quicker for me to just go to the local Black Forest and grab it instead of schlep across the entirety of the known universe. That's a big wave. I think I'm going to revise this to thick mountain. Alright, I can start to speed run now. The good news is I'm going to have a lot explored. The bad news, I'd like to see the thing I need. Jesus, why is the ocean so angry right now? You know what, I'll go even further over here. By the way, this is called reefing the sails, and it's specifically for. It's a real life thing that you use to in rough weather. Which it's. I mean, they did add fairly accurate sailing mechanics in this game, so I do like that. That's another bit of accuracy. I learned that from Sid Meier's Pirates. Watch, I go over to this swamp and I see a billion crypts. Calling it now. I'm going to need you. Actually, if this is storm conditions, I can just outrun it. Oy, yay, 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 yay. I might need to pay attention to the waves. But I can outrun this thing in these conditions. Waves are getting rough. It's not chasing as closely, so I can reef the sails again. I did get sort of blessed with no waves on that strait for a second there. Blessing in a sea of curses. waves are so tall I can hardly see what I need to see here. I definitely need to have my eyes on the swamp at all times, though. One, to spot the crypts if they are there, which I do not believe they are here. And also to make sure I'm not seeing any oozers. Blobs. Quite the storm today. I think this lasted the entire day. More or less. Which, I mean, is sort of realistic. Sometimes nature just says, screw you. Oh, it does look like it's clearing up now. A bit. Maybe. Possibly. Hopefully. Please. Please, dear God. Please. Clear up. Saves are starting to get a little intense. I'm not going that way. I'm going to go on towards this here. Because I also kind of want to map this island here. I chose right. That looks like a plains. That also looks like a plains. Crap. Let's go towards this little island here. Not gonna lie, this does look like a nice little island here. Yep. Tally-ho! I'm colonizing this island. Probably should have eaten more before doing so. Yeah, ditto on that. Oh, and apparently he is down for the count still. Cold and wet, cold and wet, cold and wet. Bonk. Darn it. definitely a contender for a possible new home. Got some room to it. Yeah, definitely kind of roomy. But not too big either. Sometimes they can be too big. That one's just the right size. Maybe a little bit tall. I might have to, I'll have to think about it. How long have we been? Okay, 2 hours so far. Man, haven't gotten much done so far. Yeah, I could level this down. This wouldn't be too bad. It'd require a little bit of terrain modification, but it would be overall doable. In fact, I'm gonna say it. New home. I have decided. So mobs can still spawn over here. I'll have to change that at some point. Either way. Let's see what we have in terms of plains, swamps. Let's try over yonder, over here. Looks like there's plains like over there, I think, about. But this might be its own landmass. Plains could definitely spawn around here, just, beachy, but just means I gotta be careful. Not rush in too fast. Yeah, that looks to be either meadows or plains. I can't quite tell. But since it says plains, I'm going to assume it's plains. Since it says plains here, I'm going to assume that's what that is. Yeah, those do not... Those all look like birch trees. Yeah, let's turn this puppy around. And that's a plains too, so hold on, let me let's turn this thing around, and I gotta be on my I have a pair of some sharp eyes. I don't think I would be bothered by death skeetos. It is a possibility, I suppose. I could also put something on that plains island, like a... I'm still going to put a question mark on it. And I should probably grab the portal if I'm being cautious about it. Yeah, I don't think I would be bothered by anything from over there, but it's still a little close. Truth be told, I've been pretty handicapped with this map. Been pretty unlucky with swamp and everything. All things considered. Could be worse, but like... I mean, yeah, it could be worse. I could have crashed into a plains. This is not plains, however. This is meadows. That might be plains. This here is meadows. Don't you dare start rain. They dared. They did dare. That looks like meadows. No, it's plains. I was about to say, it's either meadows or plains, and I'm not that familiar with plains, so... I might just have to call it and try to figure something out with these swamps. Because every other biome here is just plains after plains after plains. There's a black forest over here. I'll even take a black forest into the swamp. Even that situation is preferable. Not to mention a bunch of super tiny little swamps that I can't really see any crypts in. More plains. Because what else would it be? I've already found so many plains. Will I ever find a swamp like, if I could get half of the swamp biomes that I've found plains, I'd be a happy man. Might even eventually go and look over here, you know, maybe south is the way to go. Oh, here's a swamp. That looks like a plains biome pillar. So I'm not ecstatic about that, but... Well, let's see. There's plenty of stuff in the swamp biome. If a Desquito wanders in, it tends to die. It's actually different than the Black Forest in that regard. And the Meadows biome, of course. This looks to be a much bigger swamp. Much more expansive. What I could have done, probably, the swamp that has the boss location is often filled with crypts. So I could have tried to like wander into some kind of this. Speaking of wandering in, that's a bad river to go down. Yep. Plains biome. I think that's literally the definition of up shit creek without a paddle. I mean, you do have a paddle, but is it going to save you? No, it is not. What I could do is try and find one of the vegivisors or whatever those are called. Just see if it'll lead me to swamp that would have crypts in it, because you can find those just in the thing. I might just have to call it, to be honest. We might go the whole stream without even finding... You know, I was hoping that they would be like, oh yeah, do the stream, find a crypt, get started on the Iron Age. There we go. Ha! Nope. I don't trust this straight. I'm turning around. Again, that does look like more play. What? Can I just get like a nice meadows transition into a swamp that has crypts? Like, is that too much to ask? Like, I can understand wanting that plus a tiny island nearby. Like that, I can understand that being a little much to ask for. But meadows biomes and swamp biomes, instead of plains, 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 everywhere is plains. Please. No more planes. I just want less planes. There's literally like just a ring around just plains biome. I don't. I'm taking a risk here, but I don't know what else to do. I don't think this is going to tighten, but it might. Yeah, this is just not getting. Yep. I'm gonna turn here because I do not trust. In fact, I think I saw a Skeeto. I don't trust my ability to get through that straight. It's probably fine, but again, not being allowed to die. I have to make decisions that are more careful than I would typically allow myself. Man, a few episodes ago, I thought this was a great seed. But right now, it is just screwing me. I don't want to take it through that straight either, so I'm gonna go up through here and then see if this is if this is one landmass, that I'm just gonna go this way down. I might just start having to look at these swamps. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over to Elder Camp and have that be the first sort of swamp I try and figure out. I don't know anymore, honestly. I've gone through so many provisions to try and find. I mean, I went so far to try and find good, you know, a nice swamp for iron. But I was just boxed in with plains biomes because I can't even get near them right now. Or at least I can, but it's foolish to do so. It's one thing if you're on land. You know a plains is there, and you're coming down on it from, like, you're going from, like, it's one thing if you know the danger is there and you're on foot, because you may not be able to outrun a Desquito, but it's pretty easy to shoot one if you're not moving. So there's that swamp there. I don't want to get to the point where I'm just trying swamps to see if they have... But honestly, I think it's going to be safer. I'd rather wade through the swamp than try to find some spot that didn't have... You know what, I'm even going to cut closer to it to see if I can't see any crypts. Because, honestly, I'll take a crypt. If it's a crypt, I'll take it. I just want to... I don't need a nice... swamp, necessarily, at this point. I just need a swamp. Even if it's just something to get... Oh, I probably could go in there and just try and get some scrap iron from the thing, but... You know what? I can probably use the stag breaker to get scrap iron now. If this keeps up, that's what I'm gonna do. To find the buried deposits with the stag breaker. 'Cause, like... I mean, sheesh. I'm not even being that picky and choosy. This is just ridiculous at this point. I'll have to think about whether to further explore this swamp. Question is that an oozer or is that a glowing... Yeah, that's an oozer right there. That's not a, I mean, I could go for those too. Those do drop scrap iron. I would very much like to have getting scrap iron be a little easier than having to kill oozers. And... having to whack the ground to try and find muddy scrap piles, but I mean, I don't know at this point. This looks like it might be a fairly expansive swamp, actually. I might take a look. Here's what I might do. Here's what I'll do. I'm going to build the portal. Oh, hello, Brute. Actually, it should be over here, because that way it doesn't get broken as easily. And I'll bonk the Brute because I can. these regen. Cool. Go to sleep. And then let's see. Still got 30 minutes before it's been 3 hours, which is usually how long I stream. So, I mean, because of course there are. Why wouldn't there be? What enemies? Apparently that's one. Cease your existence, kindly. Thank you. Just times 2. We're good. Alright, let's just give this swamp a test drive. I am done waiting. This literally looks like the best swamp I could find. And if it is, so be it. I'd love to have more of like a island base, but that's something that can wait. I'm not going to go for that necessarily right now. And hey, if this is the swamp, I guess maybe this would work. This might actually be a decent one. Might actually go for that. Alright, let's go with the let's get everything going. Oh, here's one of these I haven't done yet. Could use that to get more certain cores. If I need that sort of thing. Which eventually I'm sure I will. Now that I have a bunch of health, I'm less worried about accidentally stumbling into a plains. I should still be worried, but like, I'm not as worried. It's not something I want to do, it's something I should be able to tolerate. But rather, something I should be able to handle. Well, I can get a decent vantage point from up here. Maybe spot some at a distance. And maybe an overland route will find one. This appears to be, yeah, transitioning in a mountain now. You kind of see me, but please leave me alone because I don't want to be bothered right now. Here's a good vantage point to look at the swamp. And yeah, not really seeing anything. I know what sunken crypts look like, and Not seeing him right over here. But you know what I am seeing? Even over land. I cannot be spared, plains biome. Trip. Trying to see if I can get any kind of look-see over here. If maybe there's a safe overland route here to the other side. And you know what? With my health, I should be able to handle some brushes with the plains biome, but oh, for Christ's sake. Just everywhere. Literally everywhere. Maybe even like a slight passageway through the mountains to the other side might yield some results. These are some big mountains, so I'm going to need a spot in between them. You're not scaling these, even with a single frost resistance potion. That's just not going to work. Oh, there's a Grey Dwarf nest. I'm just going to take that out from a distance. Good for archery experience. I hear a drake, I hear a drake. And such scares me. Yeah, no, this just looks like one big mountain range. Although I thought I saw some kind of mountain pass where they sort of parted a little bit. Maybe right through here. Oh, hello, skeletons. know what? I'm gonna just whack him with Stag Breaker, because why not? Because I can. And because you deserve it. Yeah, this does look like it parts here. It's not completely mountain. Because the range would continue through here. Yeah. Yeah, there's a pass through where Elder was. Well, still, the Elder Altar still is. It passes to the other side, to the ocean. I don't know how useful this information is, considering I don't really see any swamps over here. And no way to transport stuff very easily. But, I guess that is information that I now have. Overall, 0 out of 10 map, would not recommend. Okay, 1 out of 10. It could be worse. I don't know how, but I'm assuming it could be worse. The mountains could look less cool, I guess. And it could not have the crab claw thing, which is annoying as it is, because it's kind of cool. I'm gonna use Eikther. That's why not. I do feel like I move very fast when sprinting, which is a thing when it comes to high run skill level. You do run actually quite fast. Like, you run faster the higher your skill level is. So this side of the mountain's over this way. Let's take a look what's over here, I guess, before we head all the way back. There's also a swamp over here. I might want to take a look at that. Meadows. This is nice. I do like me some meadows. There's a Draugr village. Not the nicest. That's the other thing, is like, aren't meadows supposed to be relatively common? Because that way Draugr villages can spawn near swamps? Does that mean we're near a swamp? I certainly hope so. I do certainly hope that's what that means. I also think this swamp's too dangerous. It's way too close to a plains biome. Obviously, I can go there for, like, leech blood and entrails and maybe even kiting some oozers out towards me. But unless I knew where some crypts were exactly, Swamp tends to shield from plains a bit, but it's still too close for comfort. Because Deathsquitos tend to go for leeches, and leeches can tank a shot from a Deathsquito and bite it, and Deathsquitos cannot tank a shot from literally anything, except maybe some Grey Dwarves. And they almost always get first strike on Grey Dwarves anyway. Pretty expansive meadows right here. That's nice. And there's a swamp over here, is there not? Yeah, there is. I'm running out of time. But, like, I'd be remiss if I didn't run over and at least take a look. Up here. $10 as a swamp stops me. Not an actual money, I'm just making a joke, but honestly, these days I don't know. It's been nasty so far. No reason not to think it won't continue to be. Just Jesus Christ. And then I'll run along there until I reach Elder Camp again. Oh, hey, bees. At least I can get some honey, some bees. Some coins and amber, because at least I got something to show for this exploration. A queen bee and some amber and coins. Hooray. So here's the thing. I might go to the south to see if there's any. I might go into the swamps to try and, actually go into them to try and find some crypts. I might just whack stuff with a with Stagbreaker, hoping that I might find some nice scrap paths that way. I don't exactly know how that works, but I'm willing to give it a try, considering how things have been going for me at the current moment. Into a black forest we go. Oh, mountain. I don't want to freeze to death. That will be bad. Yeah, kindly stop that. Yeah, it wasn't a black forest. We were actually just going into a mountain biome. Oopsie. So here's this swamp biome. It is getting to be night, so I'm just going to sort of like look at the outline of it. and then maybe revisit it at a later date. I want to make sure my stamina is fully regened. Oh, it expands over into this. Please, crypt, please. There's a certain spawner. That's kind of cool. Actually, it's the exact opposite. Same. And there's another one. This place is just full of them. I'm gonna sneak because it's getting to be night. We have a crypt. I repeat, we have a crypt. It's one, but man, I'm happy because I found one. I finally found one. And I'll figure out some kind of base, maybe over there or some sort, I don't know. Or maybe it'll be on the top of a hill. I don't know at this moment, and I don't really care either. I finally found one. Oh God, thank goodness. I'm glad I did that. I was considering not doing it because it's like, you know... Oh, that's a troll. Trolls are unpleasant. Very unpleasant. You know, it's also unpleasant being accosted by boars, so if they could leave me alone, that would be nice. Considering there's one crypt, I'm going to assume there's more. I'm going to hope that there's more. There's usually more than one, but I don't know anymore. It certainly would be just my luck to not find any, except for that one. But at least I have one. Hopefully that's going to be enough to maybe at least get a long ship. Even, you know, just a long ship, please. Look at all that exploring just to find one crypt. Hopefully more, but do I know at this point? No, I don't. I don't know anymore. I know that I know nothing at this point. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get back to Elder Camp. I'm going to take the portal back home. I'm going to sleep the night away. If it does, hopefully I can, you know, get there before this night ends. It just sort of started, I guess. So I hope it doesn't take that long. It shouldn't. Certainly leveling that run skill. That's for sure. Or maybe even 20 scrap iron. Just 20. Just enough to get an iron pickaxe to go up into all these mountains and get just a little bit of silver to get the coat and the, you know, the all that stuff. And obsidian arrows, frost arrows, even just 20 iron would be enough. At the very least I could get obsidian arrows and freeze arrows, and those would be great. Uh, there's definitely at least one silver deposit that's jutting out and that I can find. I can guarantee that with how many mountains there are and the way they are, like, I can guarantee that there is some kind of silver outcrop. The question is, will I find it, and will I be okay if wolves decide that I am a tasty boy? I mean, hopefully I can withstand their attacks with just an absurd amount of food, similar to the Elder. But I'll have to look at that. I've certainly been up there in bronze armor, but I certainly wouldn't want to go up there at night. And I wouldn't want to go up there and have to fight like a golem. That would be bad. You know what? I'll bring like 3 stacks of wooden arrows for fighting golems, because they're not completely immune to pierce damage. And 3 stacks will kill them. Plus, this finewood bow has an insane durability. In fact, I'm going to keep it around. You know, you never know. I don't need to use Draugr Fang or the Huntsman bow every single time. And those might be, you know, this one's upgrade to full and its durability is fairly high. And its pierce damage is, you know, pretty good. So it might be good to keep it around, especially if I'm doing something like a boss fight. It's like a, you know, if my bow breaks and I need to deal damage to like motor or something, or bone mass with the freeze arrows, then, you know, that's pretty good. So I'll save the finewood bow. I might not even make the huntsman bow. Draugr Fang's pretty easy to get. There's a dungeon. That's cool. Basically a dime a dozen at this point, but it's kind of cool. So yeah, I'll look for something like an island around here, or maybe just use that one and just sort of fortify it, I guess. I'd love one where I didn't have to do that, but I mean, hey, I'll think about it. Might just be a temporary base anyway. Like, I've only found one crypt, and the swamp doesn't look that expansive yet so far, as far as I can tell. But I'm still going to assume that it's more or less just one crypt. At least I found what I wanted to get. I was seriously hoping that I would be able to do a crypt at the first hour, maybe hour and a half of this stream. That didn't happen. And watch, I bet there's like some kind of swamp just teeming with crypts right here. I bet there is. Well, I mean, just think of all the stuff I did today. I circumnavigated the home continent. I went all the way over here. This is all new. This is all new. This is all new down to here. This is all new? I should be focusing on block hitting more, as opposed to just mindlessly whacking. If nothing, if just for the fact that block skill is important. Club's at 46. Overall, I'm glad that I had good attendance for the last stream as opposed to good attendance for this stream, because, like, last stream was fun, entertaining, and interesting. This stream is just sad and depressing. This was the exploration version of a root canal. Got here just as the day was turning. All right. At least we're alive. There was a lot of opportunity for me to end up in a plains biome there. I mean, I even saw Deathsquitos. At least once there. At least we're alive, and we found one crypt. I hope it's a good one. They can have up to like 100 iron in them. And I'm hoping it's that. My luck today hopefully doesn't carry over. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, learned something, and... there's a boar outside. I hope you enjoyed, learned something, and... I guess... hopefully next time is better. You know, let's harvest these turnips while we're here. I just realized. Boar reminded me that I might as well harvest some turnips. Get that stuff going. Anyway, feels like I've barely progressed. I mean, I even have the same amount of sea turnips that I did at the start of this episode, but we'll get there eventually. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, learned something, and as always, I wish you the best. Till next time.